Alrighty, good evening and happy Sunday as we welcome you back to VA Memorial Stadium here in Chillicothe for a Division 6 district final between the number 3 seeded Waterford Wildcats and the number 7 seeded Southeastern Panthers. Alongside Brian Smith, my name is Dewey Daly as we welcome you into this evening's coverage. Already had a good one here today, a 5-4 final in the Division 7 district final, with the Green Bobcats taking down the White Oak Wildcats. That it's hard to call it anything else but an instant classic. It goes 8 innings, followed up by a walk-off single by Blake Smith in that 8th inning. What a game it was. I know, Brian, you caught some of it on the live stream, and I think you may have gotten here just for the finale of it as well. But either way, a great game.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a really, really good game as we were watching it. You run into pitch counts was huge. Of course, that played a factor in it, but a really good ball game. Both teams competed really well. Came right down to the end.
So Shane and I saw both of these teams yesterday. Waterford taking down Eastern Brown. Southeastern in the early morning slot. An 11 a.m. first pitch yesterday took down Sims Valley in their Division 6 district finals. These games were originally scheduled for yesterday. The district semifinals got pushed back a day. We all know how crazy this spring has been in terms of weather, so we had 2 district semis and 2 district finals yesterday. Now the 2 district finals originally scheduled for yesterday are being played today. Luckily, the Paints are out of town, so the VA was open, and the Southeast District Athletic Board did a great job getting everything moved over. Great game yesterday on the mound for Carson McCorder. Now the Panthers will be going to Joey Pfeiffer. So far on the season for the senior, in 8 appearances, he's tossed 27 1/3 innings, has a 2-3 record along with a 2.82 ERA, 28 strikeouts for Pfeiffer, and a district special mention. Now the Panthers will be up to bat first. They're the lower seeded team in the tournament, so they'll be batting in the visiting half of each inning. Yesterday we saw Waterford take down Eastern Brown. It was a spotless day on the mound for the senior Colton Jones. Today he will be at shortstop as the Wildcats will be going for Xavier Heiss on the mound. No seasonal stats for the Wildcats, but can't imagine Heiss is anything else other than their 1 or 2, as when you get to the district level, you're going to see the best of the best on the mound, and that's what we're expecting to see today from the Wildcats. So for the Panthers offensively, their batting lineup goes as follows: Lane Williams, Gage Cheadle, Colton Baxter, Braden Burns, Drew Leach, Joey Pfeiffer, Carson McCorder, CJ Huff, and Landon Brown. In that 13-6 win yesterday over Sims Valley, I don't have it written down, but 4 or 5 triples for the Panthers. They were absolutely pounding the right center field gap, and it's something Shane highlighted. This is a Panthers team that works very well going backside at the plate. That was very apparent yesterday as they jumped out to, I believe, an 8-0 lead in the first couple of innings, and then they were able to hang on as Sims Valley threatened in the 5th, cut it down to 8-6, but eventually Southeastern was able to pull away for that 13-6 final. And talking with Coach Ron Free, something he said about this Southeastern team is it's a fun group to be around, and their pitching staff every night going to give them an opportunity to win.
Well, I know coaching prior at Huntington, being a varsity head coach, baseball coach years ago, facing Ron Free when he was at Adena, they do some very fundamental things. They hit backside well. They're going to play some small ball, move runners, and do some really nice things. They pitch it well. So we expect that kind of thing tonight.
Defensively behind Xavier Heiss for the Waterford Wildcats, and left field to right. From left field to right, number 32, Cole Sparling Ponchak, Jared Heiss, and Braun Doak. Doak had a great game offensively yesterday. The junior went 2 for 2 with a couple of RBI. He's a first-team all-district selection. In the infield from 3rd to 1st, Avery Potmeyer, Colton Jones, Wade Brooker, and Cole Hansel. Highlighted the outstanding defensive play from catcher Hayden Jones, just a sophomore yesterday. Expect to see some of that here today. It'll be interesting as A lot of speed at the top of the lineup. Lane Williams and Gage Cheadle. Be interested to see if we can see that speed test the arm of Hayden Jones behind the plate. Both teams looking to claim their ticket to the regional tournament next week, along with district gold. And playing baseball in June, very similar at the high school level to playing basketball in March, playing football or volleyball into the month of November. If you're playing around this time of the year, you know as a team you've done something outstanding.
Well, you know, Dewey, we look at these matchups. You got a 3 versus a 7, and you look at the records. Waterford is 16-10, and Southeastern sitting at 14-10. Should be a really good matchup.
And something Shane and I talked about the last handful of games is really just how dangerous the TVC Hawking, really both of these conferences coming into today, the TVC Hawking and the South Valley Conference, kind of makes you want to throw the records out of the window just based on some of the teams that the two teams we have today have to play each other 2 times a year. For Waterford, they got to play Southern twice a year, and we saw them here in the district level. Eastern took down Huntington yesterday. You were here for that one. That's a league opponent of Waterford's. And then for Southeastern, you got to play Zane Trace every year. We've seen Adina have some very good teams. And especially for some of these teams, such as Adina, you have a pitcher on the pitching staff that takes a team that might be sub 500, but for one day out of the week, they're a team that's much more than that. Unyoda still working into the regional tournament. I believe they're back in action Wednesday or Thursday in the regional tournament, and took down a team in Westfall in the district final. So both the South Valley Conference and the TVC Hawking well represented at the district level. So again, Lane Williams, Gage Cheadle, Colton Baxter, those are the first 3 due up for Ron Free and the Southeastern Panthers. Cheadle, one of those guys that had a great day at the plate yesterday, 3 for 4 with a triple, 3 runs batted in. Williams also had a hit as well. He's .385 on the season, does have 3 doubles. Williams, a senior, a district special mention in Division 6. Cheadle also a district honorable mention. Carson McCorder went the distance yesterday for the Panthers. Complete game win, his 8th win of the season, his 7th complete game. He'll be at second base and batting 7th today. For the Panthers, so here we go. Xavier Heiss on the mound for Waterford. And Lane Williams, the center fielder, to lead things off for the Panthers. Division 6 district final underway here in Chillicothe. Heiss fights back, finds the zone. It's 1-1 to Williams. One grounded backside, fielded by Hansel. There's one away in the first.
The shortstop, number 4, Gage Cheadle.
So now the shortstop, Gage Cheadle. Has power, has speed. 3 for 4 with a triple. Drove in 3 runs yesterday. So breaking ball from Heiss finds the zone. 0-1 to Cheadle. Oh, 1 popped up down the left field line. Sparling Ponchak giving chase, and it looks like he made the grab just in front of the party deck. Outstanding range for the senior.
Went a long way for that ball, Dewey.
The catcher, number 5, Colton Baxter.
Don't see very many foul balls caught in that area, but Sparling Ponchak able to get over there for the second out of the inning. So now it's the catcher, Colton Baxter.
Certainly looks like Heiss, the pitcher, trying to stay away on the outside corner, living on the outside corner, doing a really good job.
Hard line drive from Baxter off the glove of Pottmeyer. It rolls into shallow left. 2-out single for Colton Baxter.
Left fielder, number 7,
Showing off the pop in the 3-hole for Southeastern. They don't call it the hot corner for no reason. So now the left fielder, Braden Burns. Burns also a great day at the plate yesterday. As a sophomore, he drove in 3. 2 base hits, also a triple. A lot of extra base hits yesterday for the Panthers. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Braden Burns. Eleven pitches now on the inning for Heiss. Now 3-1.
Heiss still trying to live on that outside corner, Dewey, and throwing that breaking ball quite a bit as well this early on.
3-1 finds the zone. The count is full. Something we've talked about all throughout the district tournament is just how important it is to get ahead in the count, especially against guys with extra base hit power. Heiss steps off. Baxter back to first. Full count, 2 outs, 1 man aboard here in the first inning. Heiss delivers the 3-2. Full count with 2 outs, so the Panthers will start Baxter on first move from Heiss. Hansel holds Baxter over at first base. Heiss comes home with the 3-2 pitch, and it's out of the zone. 2 men aboard on the 2-out walk to Burns.
First baseman number 18, Drew Leach.
We saw Southeastern score twice in the first inning yesterday. Very similar situation. It was Drew Leach who drove in a couple of runs on a first inning double. And Leach with one of the more interesting hitting lines among players here today. Has 15 hits on the season. 7 of them have gone for extra bases. A lot of power for the senior first baseman. As the 1-0 miss is up and away, it's 2-0. Leach was 2 for 3 with a double. 3 RBIs as well. This one out of the zone is 3-0. Three balls and 1 strike now for Drew Leach. Joey Pfeiffer on deck for the Panthers. It's the 3-1 fouled away. Full count, 2 outs. Both Baxter and Burns will start. 3-2 on the way. Grounded up the middle, moving towards the bag. It's Brooker. He'll go the short way to first. Rather a long way nonetheless. 3rd out of the inning. For the Wildcats, they work around a 2-out hit and walk. Scoreless top half of the inning for Xavier Heiss, bottom half of the frame when we return to Chillicothe. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Now here's a little Wendy's menu hack for you. If you want a super fresh, high-quality burger every time, just tell them you want a hamburger. And then they'll give you one right off the grill. Made for you, not waiting on you. No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu hack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Back here in Chillicothe, the Wildcats work around a couple of 2-out base runners. Waterford half of the first inning. This is who we figured we'd get on the mound for Southeastern. It's Joey Pfeiffer. 8 appearances this season for the senior. This will be his 9th. 27 and a third innings pitched, a 2-3 record, 2.82 ERA, and 28 strikeouts. Behind him defensively in the outfield from left to right, Braden Burns, Lane Williams, and Gabe Oates. And the infield from third to first, C.J. Huff, Gage, Cheadle, Carson McWhorter, and Drew Leach. Colton Baxter had that 2-out single in the first. He's behind the plate for the Panthers. Top third of the order due up for the Wildcats, Hayden Jones, Colton Jones, and Xavier Heiss. Umpiring crew for us this evening behind the plate, it's Randy Nieder. Up the first base line, it's Rick Merv. Down the third base line, Eddie Deemer.
Leading off for Waterford, the catcher, number 10, Hayden Jones.
So the sophomore catcher, Hayden Jones, will lead things off for Waterford. Yesterday, Jones 1 for 3, drove in a run against Eastern Brown. A lot of speed in the leadoff position for the Wildcats. As Pfeiffer works ahead to Jones, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jones. One, 2, swing and a miss. First strikeout today for Pfeiffer.
Shortstop, number 12.
29th on the season.
Really nice breaking ball there on a 1-2 pitch for Pfeiffer. Throws the fastball pretty well. Throwing that off speed there for a strike was a really nice pitch there.
Now the shortstop, Colton Jones. Jones was on the mound yesterday for Waterford in the win over Eastern Brown. Went the distance, 7 innings, only allowed 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Also at the plate, went 2 for 4 with 1 run driven in. So a great district semifinal performance for the senior. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball straight away center. Williams charge again. He'll bring it in 2 away. So the first couple of batters for Waterford retired. Now the pitcher, Xavier Heiss. Heiss, a senior, first team all-district selection in Division 6. As Pfeiffer blows the fastball by him, it's 0-1. Oh, on a breaking ball, a called strike, 0-2. Right back to that breaking ball you mentioned, Brian.
So far has a very good command of that breaking ball, and just the location of his fastball has been really, really good so far. Had only 7 pitches at this point.
0-2 just off the outside corner. It's 1-2 to Heiss.
Did not miss that by much on the outside corner.
One-two, swing and a miss. Baxter comes out from behind the plate to complete the strikeout, which he does. 2 Ks in the inning as the Wildcats go down in order. Top half of the second when we come back to VA Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
That's crazy.
Top of the second inning back here in VA Memorial Stadium. Just a 10-pitch inning in the bottom frame of the first for Joey Pfeiffer. Extremely efficient. 2 strikeouts as well for the senior. Xavier Heiss back out onto the mound for Waterford. He'll face the middle to bottom third of the order for Southeastern. 6-7-8 due up for the Panthers. Joey Pfeiffer will lead things off, followed by McWhorter and CJ Huff.
Well, Pfeiffer was extremely productive. That 10 pitches, 8 of them strikes. I mean, you're going to have a really good success rate at that point. Really good quality inning there for him pitching.
So Pfeiffer to lead things off.
Joey Pfeiffer.
246 average. Does have a handful of extra base hits, 2 doubles, 3 triples. The first offering from Heiss misses. It's 1-0. Grounded left side. That gets through for a leadoff base hit. As Pfeiffer is aboard with nobody out here in the second inning. So second baseman Carson McWhorter comes up for the Panthers.
Second baseman number 8, Carson McWhorter.
McWhorter we talked about yesterday, much more well known for what he does on the mound, but he's had an outstanding year at the plate as well as he squares to bunt. Pulls it back in time. Jones launches it up the first baseline as Pfeiffer's back in safely. You talk about McWhorter, you're going to talk about the 1.6 ERA, 102 strikeouts. But at the plate, a 3.18 average, 5 doubles and a triple. Yesterday, 2 for 4 with that triple and an RBI.
Well, I talked earlier about Coach Free, even when he was at Adina and now at Southeastern. You may see a bunt here to get that runner in scoring position. And stay out the double play.
1-0 McCorder. Squares can't get it down. Did offer, so it's 1-1. McCorder squares, gets it down. It's right back to the pitcher, Heisel. Go to first. One away as Pfeiffer moves up to second.
Third baseman, number 6, CJ Huff.
Now the third baseman, CJ Huff. Huff drove in a run yesterday, went 1 for 2. Early RBI spot here for the sophomore. As Heiss works ahead, 0-2. Two popped up right side of the infield. Hansel into foul ground. Battling the sun, and he can't bring it in. Ruled a foul ball, so Pfeiffer will remain at second. Doesn't look like any sunglasses for Hansel, so that high fly ball can be problematic this time of day. 0-2 called, strike 3, first of the evening for Heiss. There's 2 down in the second.
Designated hitter, number 10, Landon Brown.
Bottom of the order now with Landon Brown. Back-to-back batters now. Heiss has worked ahead, 0-2. Oh, 2 swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Xavier Heiss as he works around a leadoff walk. Another scoreless frame defensively for Waterford. Their half of the second inning when we come back to VA Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community.
So winner of this game will move on to the regional semifinal round, where they'll take on a team we saw win a district yesterday, the Eastern Eagles.
Leading off,
June 4th at Beavers Field in Lancaster.
number 9, Brock.
6 p.m. first pitch for the regional semi next week. Middle of the order due up for Waterford. It's Braun Doak, Wade Brucker, and Cole Hansel. Doak, without a doubt, the most productive at the plate yesterday for Chris Schmidt and the Wildcats, 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. As the junior right fielder swings through the 1-0 offering. It's 1-1. Pfeiffer fights back to get ahead in the count. It's 1-2. The senior just continues to pound the strike zone early in the counts. To Wildcat batters the 1-2. Called strike 3 to the third already. And just 4 outs recorded for Pfeiffer.
Second baseman, number 11, Wade Brucker.
I believe through 14 pitches, he's only thrown 3 balls. Now the second baseman, Wade Brooker, he's down on the count, 0-1. Brooker 1 for 4, a couple of runs driven in yesterday in the win over Eastern Brown. A 1 breaking ball sawed off right back to the mound with Pfeiffer. Tags Brooker about halfway up the line. There's 2 down.
First baseman, number 44, Cole Hansel.
Now the right-hitting first baseman, Cole Hansel. Hansel first pitch swinging, this one fouled straight back. Pfeiffer once again working ahead in the count, 0-2 to Hansel. Oh, to a screamer to the right side that was past the netting towards the playground area here at the VA. Still 0-2 to Hansel. Pfeiffer comes home with the 0-2. This one straight away right. Oates giving chase, backtracking, and he brings it in. Another 1-2-3 inning for Pfeiffer on the mound. Southeastern going to look to do some damage offensively in their half of the third inning when we come back here in Chillicothe. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Back here in Chillicothe, we're scoreless through 2. Another 10-pitch inning for Joey Pfeiffer. 9 strikes on 10 pitches. He's 17 for 20 in the strike zone. Brian, offensively, you just got to tell your guys to be more active early in the counts against Pfeiffer, as he's clearly coming into the zone early.
Well, not only that, he has 3 strikeouts. They've only really hit 2 hard balls, one fly out to center field and one to right field, which is a pretty hard hit ball. Nice play by the right fielder. They just filling up the strike zone, which is what you have to do. And he's doing a really, really good job at that.
So the top third of the order due up for the Panthers. Lane Williams, Gage Cheadle, Colton Baxter. 1 for 3 the first time around. Baxter had that hard hit 2-out single to third base. Off the glove of Potmeyers. Heiss falls behind 1-0 to Williams. Williams, a multi-sport athlete, if my memory serves me correctly. I believe a first-team All-SVC selection in the winter for the basketball team. So the 2-0 misses, 3 straight balls to Williams to begin the inning for Xavier Heiss. A called strike. Williams halfway up the line. So he'll return to the box. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. A called strike. Xavier Heiss fights back to make the count full, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way from Heiss. Misses downstairs.
Well, you certainly like that if you're Southeastern. Or anytime you can get your lead off on it, good things can happen.
6-pitch walk for Williams. Second walk issued today by Heiss. Now the shortstop Gage Cheadle stands in. Cheadle, first pitch swinging the other way. This one falls foul. Talking about Cheadle yesterday, 3 hits, had that triple along with 3 runs driven in. As Cheadle calls time, down on the count, 0-1. Cheadle squares to bunt. This one gets past the catcher, Jones. That'll allow Williams to move up to second. Cheadle was able to get the bat back in time, so it's 1-1. Cheadle squares again, but pulls it back.
Well, if you're Southeastern, you certainly like your chances. You got speed at second, scoring position. You got Cheadle, maybe lays this bunt down, whatever, gets a hit though. You score a run here, you're up 1-0.
2-1 out of the zone, 3 balls and 1 strike. 3 consecutive pitches out of the zone from Heiss. Cheadle lays it down off the mound. Heiss looks to go 1, but it's high. Leaping effort from Brooker keeps it in the infield, but it's runners on the corners with nobody out for the Panthers. E1. Now Colton Baxter, he singled in the first. Speed all around the bases for the Panthers. Baxter, first pitch swinging, chops it back to the mound. Heiss looks. Williams back at third, goes to first to retire Baxter. Second and third with one out for Southeastern. Now the left fielder, Braden Burns. He walked in the first inning. Burns a 2-hit, 3 RBI day yesterday. Sure, Ron Free and the Panthers would love another one right here. (1-0) from Heiss.
Certainly looked like Burns was trying to hit something backside there, maybe something to the right side to score that run.
We saw the willingness to go backside from Southeastern yesterday. As the 1-1 misses high, it's 2-1 to Burns. Two 2-1 misses in, another 3-1 count this inning for Heiss. As Heiss fights back, a full count to Burns. Panthers lead, extra base hit guy on deck in Drew Leach. RBI double in yesterday's game. Payoff on the way, swing and a miss. Huge strikeout for Xavier Heiss, there's 2 away. Third strikeout in as many innings for Heiss. As the senior looks to work out of a jam. Breaking ball to Leach, a called strike, 0-1. Leach a ground out to Brooker at second base. That ended the first inning. Now another ground ball to second. This one will end the third inning. Another scoreless frame for Xavier Heiss and the Wildcats. Panthers threatened but unable to bring anybody home. Bottom of the third when we return to Chillicothe. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Now here's a little Wendy's menu hack for you. If you want a super fresh, high-quality burger every time, just tell them you want a hamburger. And then they'll give you one right off the grill. Made for you, not waiting on you. No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu hack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
We welcome you back to VA Memorial Stadium. The 2 district finals here this evening, the only 2, at least to my knowledge, baseball games in the Southeast District that took place today. Obviously, these were moved from yesterday, but a couple of regional finals down in Athens. Wheelersburg 7-1 victors over Wellston. They're headed back to the state tournament. You know, you've done something when it's almost an odd year that you don't make it to the state tournament. Is Wheelersburg softball has definitely been the measuring stick in the Southeast District for the last handful of years. Of course, you knew it would be like that when I believe it was last year's senior class, or maybe it was the year before, won the Little League World Series for softball. You figured, well, when this class gets into high school, they're going to do some damage. As it stands, Garraway leading Portsmouth West 6-0 in the top of the third inning. Bottom third of the order due up for Waterford, 7-8-9, Avery Pottmeyer, Cole Mullinex, and Cole Spartling Ponchak. Pottmeyer, the third baseman, sophomore, he went 2 for 3 with a run driven in yesterday. Pfeiffer continues to have success locating that breaking ball in the strike zone.
Yeah, he's throwing that breaking ball really well, really locating that fastball. And I think he's only threw 4 balls at this point, which is unbelievable.
Two just off the outside corner. Pottmeyer fights back to make it a full count, 3-2. 3 strikeouts already for Pfeiffer, looking for number 4 here with Pottmeyer. Pfeiffer comes home. Breaking ball called strike 3, fourth of the day for Joey Pfeiffer.
So far, not a lot of offense for either team. A couple hits, but Pfeiffer mowing along with 4 Ks and really throwing the ball well.
Only 1 hit yesterday for the Wildcats the first time through the order. Actually, correction, 2 hits the first time through the order. Ended up bringing 8 runs home to score, and that went over Eastern Brown. Of course, you see the statistics, especially at the professional level. The batting average against pitchers is going to continue to go up inning by inning. More times you face a guy, the more times, should say, the more familiar you'll be with his stuff. Two 0 to Mullinex inside. It's 3-0.
I think that may be the first 3-0 count we've seen Pfeiffer get to tonight.
Misses a 4-pitch walk to Mullinex as Pfeiffer, I believe, doubles his total ball count in just 1 at-bat. So now the left fielder, Cole Sparling Ponchak. First walk issued by Pfeiffer. Huff plays in at third base. Sparling Ponchak squares to bunt. Did in fact offer, so it's 0-1. Huff remains well up the third baseline. 0-1 to Sparling Ponchak. Sparling Ponchak squares this one up the first baseline, but foul. So it's 0-2 to the Wildcats left fielder. And it's a situation where obviously Waterford looking to move the runner over with 2 strikes current state of the game? Are you keeping the bunt on, or are you calling it off, saying swing away?
I mean, they still may bunt here. I don't look for them to, but they might.
0-2 called, strike three, fifth of the day for Pfeiffer.
The catcher, number 10, Hayden Jones.
3-pitch strikeout to bounce back following the 4-pitch walk. The lineup turns over with Hayden Jones. The Wildcats 8-0 win yesterday over Eastern Brown. A bit misleading on what they may do inning by inning. They put up 5 in the 6th. As Jones sends this one to right center field. Coming over is Oates. He brings it in, looking to go first to third. It's Mullinex into third base safely, and the throw bounces over C.J. Huff. Mullinex looking to go home. Throw to the plate is in time. Out at the plate. Unconventional, but the Panthers get out of the inning unscathed. We're scoreless through 3, top of the 4th when we return to Chillicothe. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Glow Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glow Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glow Fiber is here. Welcome to Glow Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiber.com to switch today.
Back here in Chillicothe, we're scoreless through 4, top of the 4th inning. Or excuse me, scoreless through 3, top of the 4th inning. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Panthers. Joey Pfeiffer, Carson McCorder, and C.J. Huff. Pfeiffer singled the first time around, was stranded at second base. So the Panthers brought 9 batters. Or excuse me. Got my innings mixed up there. Pfeiffer singled and then was eventually stranded at second base. Sack bunt and a couple strikeouts got Heiss and the Wildcats out of the inning. Second and third last inning with, I believe, 1 out.
Leading off for the Panthers.
Strikeout and a ground out ended that inning.
Joey Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer will look to lead things off as he did in the second inning. Opening offer from Heiss, a called strike, 0-1 to Pfeiffer. One, a breaking ball from Heiss, misses. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Heiss fights right back, and even 2-2 to Pfeiffer. Two the opposite way, and that'll drop in for a leadoff base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Pfeiffer around first. It looks like he's going to hold up at second. A leadoff double for the Panthers pitcher.
Well, Dewey, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. What a great job Southeastern does going backside, and that time he went backside and got a double.
Second baseman number 8, Carson McCorder.
Looks like Pfeiffer may have cracked one open after the double. Now the second baseman, Carson McCorder, already laid down a sac bunt earlier in the game. This time swinging away, goes backside into the right center field gap. Pfeiffer around third. He will score, and it's an RBI single for McCorder. Panthers lead Waterford 1-0.
Well, as you talked about yesterday, they did so much backside hitting, and you get a double here, backside hitting, and you get a single backside right center, and next thing you know, you're up 1-0 for the Panthers.
Now Huff squares to bunt with McCorder at first base. Heiss disengages, now quickly back onto the mound. Huff squares, pops it up. Right back to Heiss, there's one away.
Still certainly like to see what they're trying to do there. Move another runner in scoring position, you know, maybe get another backside hit, move it up to 2-0. So I certainly like what they were trying to do there.
Now at the bottom of the order, the designated hitter, Landon Brown. Brown first pitch swinging right back to the pitcher. Heiss goes to second for one. Can they turn two? Yes, they can. 1-6-3 to get out of the inning for the Wildcats, but not before the Panthers bring one home. They lead 1-0 middle of the fourth. Here in Chillicothe, you're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Back here in Chillicothe, it's 1-0. Southeastern leading Waterford. Couple of hits to start the inning. Joey Pfeiffer, a leadoff double followed up by Carson McCorder. Just when you thought you were familiar with the Southeastern game, you think he might lay down a bunt once again, but first pitch swinging into the right center field gap. And an RBI single for the junior Carson McCorder. Southeastern leading 1-0. 2, 3, 4 and due up for the Wildcats. Colton Jones, Xavier Heiss, and Braun Doak. Second of 2 district finals here this evening at VA Memorial Stadium. The Green Bobcats advancing to the regional tournament with an instant classic victory over White Oak, 2 very proud Division VII programs. Talking about Coach Veit down there at White Oak in his 34th season leading the Wildcats. First pitch swinging, Jones pops it up into foul ground. Baxter mask off towards the barricade and running out of room. Luckily, a lot more padding behind the plate than in seasons past. VA Memorial Stadium received a makeover in the offseason. If you're familiar with the playing surface, completely redone, brand new wall put up along the outfield, dark blue with red trim instead of the old green and yellow. Scoreboard repainted dark blue as well. Here's the 0-1 from Pfeiffer, misses upstairs. Much needed facelift of VA Memorial Stadium. and much needed. The Paints just kicked off their season. The 1-1 lifted into straightaway center. Williams moving towards the gap. He brings it in, one away.
The pitcher, number 19, Xavier Ice.
Paints are off to a 3-2 start to their season. Actually now 3-3. They fell to Johnstown today. And you talk about the Prospect League schedule. That is where the Chillicothe Paints play. Here's the 0-1. It's a collegiate summer league. And obviously with the financial situations for all the travel is bus. No airplanes, it's just bus and highway. 9 of their first 13 games are on the road. Just a brutal start to the season. But the Paints have split their first 3 two-game series. They sit at 3-3. Off tomorrow, back home Tuesday and Wednesday. Taking on the Mill Rats June 3rd. Then hosting the closest team in terms of distance, the Champion City Kings on Wednesday. Here's a ground ball left side of the infield. Gage Cheadle plays it straight on, strong throw to first. Second out of the inning.
Well, so far, Joey Pfeiffer's been able to keep these bats at bay with only one hit, and had a hit last inning by Hayden Jones. So far doing a good job, only at 42 pitches at this point.
Now the right fielder, Bron Doak. Down looking in the second inning, had 2 hits yesterday. A lot of sports playing that back-to-back schedule, especially in the tournament, would be frowned upon. Basketball, football, volleyball. Maybe you don't want to play every day, but baseball, it's kind of the opposite. You want to play as much as you can without big gaps in between. Here's the 1-1. Something Shane talked about in his 3 trips to the regional tournament. So that's usually a 9 to 10 day layoff in between that district final and a regional semifinal. And with the baseball season, seniors graduate. Said maybe some of them lose focus. It makes it tougher to keep your team together.
Well, one thing you run into, too, with playing back-to-back, though, you start looking at different, well, you're looking at pitch counts at that point, right, which changes who you are. You know, everybody might be seeing each other's 2 and 3 at this point. Already seen everybody's 1, so obviously they can't pitch, so now you're just looking at their 2s and 3s, and it just changes who you are. And we got a heck of a game here at 1-0, and the pitcher's throwing really well.
3-1 backside. Here's McCorder. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Panthers. 1-0. Southeastern leads after 4. It's been a quick game. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
We welcome you back to VA Memorial Stadium. And Brian, I got one for you. You talked about the pitching being an issue when you play that back-to-back, especially at the district tournament. I believe it's 30 pitches is the maximum for a back-to-back. You can't throw more than 30 on the first day. Over the last 2 days, 2 extra inning games for White Oak. They used 3 pitchers over the course of about 19 innings, so extremely efficient for them, obviously in a losing effort, but definitely not a testament to the effort they put forward. It's been a grueling last 2 days. 19 innings of baseball in a couple of days, 5 extra innings for the Wildcats. For the third time today, Southeastern will lead off with the top third of their order, 1, 2, 3, Williams, Cheadle, and Baxter.
Well, you know, pitch count comes in huge, right? I mean, you look at last game, the game that you guys had to win at extra innings, pitch count was huge.
Ground ball up the middle, moving towards the gap is Jones on the run to first. Outstanding play by the senior shortstop for the first out of the inning. You have a guy in Isaiah Clift for White Oak who was absolutely dominant. Had to come out due to the pitch count. The first pitch from the relief guy goes into left center field. Game over. Called strike to Cheadle. It's 0-1. One ball and 1 strike now to Cheadle. Now Cheadle goes backside. That gets past the first baseman Hansel and down the first base line. Extra bases for Cheadle, a 1-out double.
Well, that was Southeastern's 5th hit of the evening. And I believe that was the 3rd or 4th backside hit that they've had. I mean, they do such a good job of going backside, really creating a lot of problems for Waterford.
Going backside, definitely an aspect of the game that many young players at the high school level struggle with, but certainly not this Southeastern team. They almost seem to prefer it.
Well, they do a lot of nice things. They go backside, they bunt the ball well, sack bunts. They do a lot of things well in that aspect.
1-0 chopped left side behind the base runner. Cheadle onto first. Nice throw by Jones for the second out of the inning.
Left fielder, number 7, Braden Burns.
Now the left fielder, Braden Burns. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. As Burns' first pitch swing and fouls it away. And truly, if you're Waterford, if allowed 5 hits, 2 defensive errors, you're almost thankful it's only 1-0. There have been a handful of innings, I believe 3, where Southeastern has had a base runner in scoring position, capitalizing on it last inning.
Almost looked like Burns was trying to hit that backside. A little bit of gap there on the right side.
Breaking ball from Heiss misses. It's 1-1. One up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Burns.
That wasn't far from hitting him.
Two one on the outside corner as Heiss fights back to even it up at 2-2. 2-2 and gets past the catcher Jones. Streaking in from third is Cheadle. It's 2-0 Southeastern. So the Panthers bring one home for the second consecutive inning. Base is empty, 2 outs, full count for Braden Burns. Three-two pitch, backside once again. This time it falls foul.
Well, that's why it's so important. You get a runner on second with a double hit backside. Baxter comes up and moves that runner to third. Next thing you know, you got a wild pitch. Now you got another run. It's huge.
Breaking ball from Heiss misses, a 2-out walk to Burns.
First baseman, number 18, Drew Leach.
Third walk issued by Heiss. Now the first baseman, Drew Leach, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to the right side. Check swing from Leach. Brandon Eater says he indeed offered, so it's 0-1. One fouled away.
Heiss still throwing the ball pretty well right now, sitting at 78 pitches, but Velo still seems to be there, throwing the breaking ball pretty well. It's a pretty good game so far.
One-two off the plate. Jones thought about the throw down to first. Burns was about a third of the way to second base. Two balls and 2 strikes. Heiss comes home. Called strike 3 to end the inning. Fourth strikeout for Heiss. The Panthers tack on another. It's 2-0, middle of the 5th inning. Here in Chillicothe, you're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Now here's a little Wendy's menu hack for you. If you want a super fresh, high-quality burger every time, just tell them you want a hamburger. And then they'll give you one right off the grill. Made for you, not waiting on you. No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu hack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
Backside hit and you move the runner over. I mean, you get a wild pitch. I mean, that's huge.
Middle of the order due up for the Wildcats. 5, 6, 7. It's Wade Brooker, Cole Hansel, and Avery Potmeyer. Only one hit, about a time and a half through the lineup. So it goes without saying this due up 0 for 3. The first time around against Joey Pfeiffer, who has just continued to pound the strike zone, and it's paid off for the senior.
Leading off the Wildcats, second baseman number 11, Wade Brooker.
First pitch swinging is Brooker. This one fouled down the third baseline. As Pfeiffer works ahead to the leadoff man for Waterford. Certainly Waterford not out of it yet. It's a team that yesterday showed the ability to score in bunches. 0-1 on the way. That 5-run, 6-inning against Eastern Brown in the district semi-win yesterday. Oh-2 right back to Pfeiffer off the tip of his glove. Cheadle charging into first. What a stretch by Leach. But Rick Merv up the first base lines as he came off the bag. Leadoff man aboard for the Wildcats.
First baseman, number 44, Cole Hansel.
Ruled in E6. Ron Free will trot out onto the field. I believe he's going to have a chat with Randy Nieder, maybe talk about the stretch over at first base from Drew Leach. Obviously, we're quite far away from the bag, but up here, I would have probably called him out. It looked like he stayed on, but again, you can't really see the back of the bag from up here, so it's really hard to tell. Either way, outstanding effort from Cheadle charging in, and Drew Leach extended it, I would assume, about as far as he could to just catch the baseball and keep it in the infield without intentionally coming off the bag.
And I agree with you. It certainly looked like he probably got him. It was hard to tell from our angle, but a great stretch. Did a really good job of keeping in front of him, so really good job by him.
So Eddie Deemer, Rick Merb, and Randy Nieder are going to come together. We did see a play overturned earlier on today. It was a hit by pitch that originally was just ruled a ball, but after further umpire discussion, they said he was hit by pitch. As Brooker will remain safe at first base, so the leadoff man aboard for just the first time today for Waterford. Last 4 times, the leadoff man has been retired. 3 of the 4 times by strikeout.
Southeastern obviously looking for Waterford to bunt here, the third baseman playing all the way up, and certainly they might to get a runner in scoring position here.
The first baseman, Cole Hansel, to the dish for the Wildcats. Just 52 pitches now for Pfeiffer. Nothing in 2 to Hansel. And typically that's what you get. Pound the strike zone. Throw either unhittable pitches or pitches that result in ground balls and fly balls. You're going to keep that pitch count down. He was averaging less than 10 pitches per inning coming into this half frame. Pfeiffer throws over to Leach. Brooker head first slide back in safely. Nothing in 2 to Hansel. Hansel nearly offered, no appeal down to first. Interestingly enough, we have had appeals down to first result in called strikes. It's not something you get at the high school level too often outside of the tournament, as typically it's a 2-man crew. 1-2 sawed off to the left side. Huff charging in, goes the short way to second, and it's just in time to nab the lead runner. Eddie Deemer on the call in the middle of the field. There's one away with 1 man aboard for Avery Pottmeyer. Coach Chris Schmidt out of the dugout for Waterford. Looks like we might have a pinch runner at first base for Cole Hansel.
Your attention, please. Pinch running for the Wildcats at first base, number 33, Weston Hennis.
It'll be junior number 33, Weston Hennis.
Avery Hotmeyer.
It's in a 2-run game, late innings. Coach Schmidt going to look to threaten any time they can, get a little bit more speed on the base with Hennis. The third baseman, Avery Potmeyer, stands in. Huff continues to play relatively up on the line. Definitely on the home plate side of third base. 0-2 to Potmeyer.
Piper's done such a good job of staying ahead on the count, and it's really fooled these Waterford hitters so far. But like you said, they have the ability to get a big inning here and there, and to see what happens.
Five strikeouts on the evening for Piper. Hasn't had one since the third inning. Strikeouts have come in bunches for the senior. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, had 1 in the second. One-two from Piper. Hennis takes off. Strike 3 at the plate. Throw down is in time. Strike him out. Throw him out for the Panthers as they get out of the inning. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings defensively for Southeastern. Top of the 6th when we return to VA Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Glow Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glow Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glow Fiber is here. Welcome to Glow Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiber.com to switch today.
We welcome you back to VA Memorial Stadium. Southeastern half of the 6th inning. It's 6-7-8. Due up for the Panthers, Joey Pfeiffer, Carson McCorder, and C.J. Huff. Due up for the Panthers for the second time today. They've more or less gone the exact same way through the order through 6 innings. As first inning was 1 through 5, second inning was 6 through 9, third inning 1 through 5, fourth inning 6 through 9, and 1 through 5 last inning. So the 6-7-8 tasked with leading off the inning for the third time today. Despite what he's done on the mound, Pfeiffer outstanding at the dish, 2 for 2 with a couple of leadoff hits. Leadoff double in the 4th inning, came around to score on that Carson McCorder RBI single on the very next pitch.
Yeah, Joey Pfeiffer having a heck of a game, obviously, on the rubber, 40 strikes, only 19 balls, throwing really, really well. And then, like you said, 2 hits, a single, a double with a run scored. Playing a really good ball right now.
So far on the mound for Pfeiffer, 5 innings pitched, just 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, also issued 1 walk. And time called by Randy Nieder. They'll allow the bullpen crew of Waterford to make their way down to the bullpen. 2-1 from Heiss, swing and a miss. The senior fights back to even it up. Two off the outside corner. The count is full. Three-two pitch. Pfeiffer goes to the left side of the infield. Pottmeyer fields it cleanly onto first for the opening out of the inning.
Second baseman, number 8, Carson McCorner.
First time Pfeiffer has been retired today. Now the second baseman, Carson McCorder, he's 1 for 2. Rather a 1 for 1. Had that sac bunt in the second inning, RBI single in the fourth. One grounded left side, right back to Pottmeyer, but this time he has trouble with it. Throw on to first, nowhere near in time to nab McCorder.
Third baseman, number 6, CJ.
Now the third baseman, CJ Huff. Throw over to first base, not in time to nab McCorder. First offering up and into Huff. Huff hitless today, was 1 for 2 yesterday. Throw down to first. May have been in time if on target. McCorder was about a quarter of the way to second base. Diving effort from Hansel to just keep it in the infield. And Brian, you really look through this lineup for Southeastern. You're going to lose Pfeiffer, but this team's going to be right back here at the district level, you would figure, next season.
Yeah, they have such good players, good pitching, really good team speed. Do some nice things, hit backside, sack bunt well. They do a lot of things well for Coach Free.
Lane Williams, also a senior. I believe those were the only 2 graduating seniors in the starting lineup as McCorder takes off from second. Throw down is in time, out at second base. Hayden Jones nabs McCorder for the second out of the inning. Two-one right back to the mound. Heiss gloves it. Easy underhanded throw. 1-3 put out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down inning defensively for Waterford. They'll look for some runs offensively in their half of the 6th when we return to V8 Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new Pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Back here in Chillicothe, it's been 5 one-hit innings of baseball for Joey Pfeiffer as he's out for his 6th inning of work. 8-9-1 due up for the Waterford Wildcats. Cole Mullinex, Cole Sparling, Ponchak, and Hayden Jones. So far that due up, a combined 1 for 3 as Mullinex walked in the 3rd. Sparling Ponchak was down on strikes looking in the 3rd inning as well, and Jones is 1 for 2 with a single. You hate for the top of the order to be broken up if the Wildcats are to go 1 for 3, but if you can get somebody on base with Mullinex or Sparling Ponchak, you have runners on base with more than likely 1 or no outs for the top of the order to work with. Pfeiffer fights back to make it 1-2. Chopper to the right side, right at McQuarter. On to first, 1 away.
Left fielder, number 32, Cole Sparling Ponchak.
So now the left fielder, Cole Sparling Ponchak. So the Wildcats will look to go with 1 down here in the inning. Update from Athens. Garraway 14-1 winners in 5 innings over Portsmouth West in the regional final. So in terms of teams advancing to the state tournament, Hillsborough and Wheelersburg softball have done just that the last couple of days. Here's Cheadle. Couple of glove taps onto first. Plenty of time to retire Sparling Ponchak. There's 2 away. I didn't get a chance to look at your schedule. During the regular season non-conference, did you run into Wheelersburg or West?
Well, we did not. We actually played West at a scrimmage. Fairly close game. They dropped down to D6 in softball. And obviously we played Wheelersburg last year in the district semi, and they're just a different animal, as you speak of. A really good program by Coach Ruby there.
Hillsborough and Logan Elm met yesterday. The Indians moving on to the state tournament. So the Braves were just a game shy of going back-to-back to the Final Four. I believe, did they advance to the state title game last year? Did they fall in the Final Four? Off the top of my head, I can't remember for Logan Elm.
I want to believe they were just Final Four, but I don't want to misspoke because I'm not 100% sure. But I know they made the Final Four, obviously Elite 8 this year. And you talk about Hillsborough. We actually scrimmaged Hillsborough this past season, and Sproul's legit. She brings it.
Not too often in the preseason you scrimmage a couple of Elite 8 teams. That's how you get ready, though. 2-0. Pfeiffer goes right back to the breaking ball. Shows off the confidence the senior has in his off-speed arsenal. 2-1 Jones to the left side. Huff across the diamond to first. 3 consecutive 3-up, 3-down innings for Joey Pfeiffer. Top of the 7th inning in this Division 6 district final when we return to VA Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Back here in Chillicothe, it's 2-0 Southeastern, leading Waterford in this afternoon's Division 6 district final. 9-1-2 due up for the Panthers. Landon Brown, Lane Williams, Gage Cheadle. Cheadle, the only one of those 3 with a base hit today, had that double in the 5th inning, came around to score.
Well, so far, Dewey obviously a pitcher's duel here, and it's both pitchers have pitched really well. Of course, Heiss pitches really well. Joey Pfeiffer is 70 pitches. I mean, just pounding the strike zone.
Something we've talked about throughout the district tournament is, as a coach, really all you can ask for your pitchers to go out there and compete and just give your team a chance. And despite right now it being in a losing effort, Xavier Heiss has done just that for Waterford. Only 5 hits, 2 runs, a team that scored 8 yesterday. Very manageable for Waterford to respond.
Well, yeah, you talk about Heiss. He's currently sitting at 94 pitches. He's only given up 2 earned runs, 3 walks, struck out 4. I mean, he's pitched a well of a game for Waterford.
Landon Brown, first pitch swinging, shallow center. Coming in is Heiss. Southpaw brings it in for the first out of the inning. As the lineup turns over to Lane Williams, he's 0 for 2. Walked in the 3rd inning, the only time the senior has reached safely. Figure anytime you can put guys on base for the following 4 guys in Cheadle, Baxter, Burns, and Leach, give yourself a good opportunity to play add-on here in the later innings.
Well, especially when you put wheels on like Lane Williams. We obviously seen him on the basketball court. Really good guard, shooting guard, has good wheels, runs the bases really well for Southeastern.
2-0 finds the zone. It's 2-1 to Williams. Two-one, look out. Off the backside of Williams, and he's aboard with 1 out here in the 7th inning.
And you got Cheadle coming out 1 for 3 with a double. Obviously backside. I mean, this team hits backside probably better than most teams I've seen.
Breaking ball from Heiss opens up the at-bat with a called strike, 0-1.
I believe that was pitch number 100 for Mr. Heiss.
0-1, Heiss delivers. Chopper to the left side. Jones goes the short way to second. No throw from Brooker. They do get the lead runner. There's 2 down here in the 7th.
The catcher, number 5, Colton Baxter.
Now Colton Baxter. Baxter 1 for 3, singled in his first plate appearance that came in the first inning. One of the harder hit balls we've seen today, right at the third baseman, Avery Pottmeyer. Sophomore couldn't hang on, trickled into left field. One of the few hard hit balls from Southeastern that didn't go the other way. Throw down to first. Cheadle back in safely. Great pick by Hansel to keep it out of the outfield.
Hansel's done a really nice job of scooping those quick throws back to first from the catcher. He's probably had 3 or 4 now that probably saved him some extra bases there.
2 balls and no strikes to Baxter. Baxter coming into today, tied for the team lead in RBI with 15 along with Braden Burns. 2-0 chopped up the middle. Jones goes the short way once again to get the lead runner for the third out of the inning. Wildcats down to their final 3 outs. They trail by 2 to Southeastern. 2-4-5 due up for Waterford when we come back to VA Memorial Stadium. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Now here's a little Wendy's menu hack for you. If you want a super fresh, high-quality burger every time, just tell them you want a hamburger. And then they'll give you one right off the grill. Made for you, not waiting on you. No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu hack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place. And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
We welcome you back to VA Memorial Stadium. Joey Pfeiffer back out onto the mound, looking to finish what he started in this Division 6 district final. So far, the senior through 6 innings. It's allowed just 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Really, Waterford hasn't even had anybody in scoring position. The only time they've had a player touch second base was Cole Mullinex. And he was thrown out coming home to end the inning. So it's been a dominant performance on the mound for the senior. But he's got to face the heart of this Wildcat order to wrap this one up. 2-3-4, Colton Jones, Xavier Heiss, and Braun Doak. So far, the do-up 0 for 6, but a handful of hits among those 3 yesterday in the win over Eastern Brown. Figure 0 for 2, they've got to be due here in the 7th inning. First offering to Jones misses. It's 1-0. We've already seen 1 walk-off in a district final today. Waterford looking to do the same.
Well, if you're Waterford, you got to like where you're at, 2-3-4. Of course, you fall into count 1 and 2 there for Colton Jones.
1-2 from Pfeiffer, fouled away, the third consecutive fouled off pitch for Colton Jones. One-two off the mound. Charging over is Cheadle to first base, one away. Second time we've seen a play similar to that today. The last time, I believe it was Wade Brooker. He was able to beat it out to begin the inning. And that error on the Panthers infield, the only time a leadoff man for Waterford is reached. Wildcats down to their final 2 outs. Now the opposing pitcher, Xavier Heiss, done everything in his power to give the Wildcats at least a chance here today. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Has walked 3 and hit 1 batter. Pfeiffer fights back to even it up at 1-1.
Well, you talk about Xavier Heiss. He certainly pitched a good game, 104 pitches, 59 strikes, as you say, only 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. Pitched a pretty good ball game for them. Of course, on the other end, you got Joey Pfeiffer pitching a gem, a 1-hit ball.
2-1 fly to left center. Burns giving chase towards the track, and he can't bring it in. Falls to the ground. Heiss a stand-up double. Officially ruled an E7.
Right fielder, number 9.
Nonetheless, Heiss right into scoring position with 1 out.
Yeah, they ruled that an E7, and probably rightfully so, but man, he went a long way for that ball and almost came up with it.
Seen a couple of fly balls be fielded with some difficulty today, not just this game. From here, can't tell if Burns is wearing any shades, but you head to the outfielder, try to make a play on a high fly ball. It more or less leaves you unprepared sometimes, looking up into the sun. So now the right fielder, Braun Doak, just the guy the Wildcats won up to the plate in this situation. He was 2 for 2 yesterday with a couple of runs driven in.
Pitch number 80 for Pfeiffer. Just pitched a gem so far.
Talked a lot about that 5-run 6th inning yesterday. Offensively for Waterford against Sims Valley yesterday for Southeastern. They surrendered 6 in the 5th inning of that one to keep the Vikings in it. The 2-0 finds the zone. It's 2-1. It's Pfeiffer and the Panthers look to close this one out in the 7th inning. 2-1, high cheese, swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Picked by Cheadle as Heiss is back in safely. It's 2-2, Doak staying alive.
Pfeiffer don't look like he's lost any velocity at all. Still throwing the breaking ball really well.
Definitely seems like we're creeping towards what could be his highest pitch count in a single inning. 2-2 to the left side. That gets down for a base hit. Heiss around third. Burns a long throw from left, not in time. Up to second base is Doak, and he's got his third RBI in 2 games. 2-1.
Second baseman, number 11, Wade Brooker.
Now the second baseman, Wade Brooker. As Baxter out from behind the plate to the mound, talking things over with Pfeiffer. Talking during the break, we figure if the Panthers decide to go to the bullpen at any point, it would most likely be Drew Leach at first base. So far, Brooker 0 for 2, did reach base safely in the 5th on an error. That other ground ball that bounced awkwardly off the mound. First offering to Brooker misses, a peel down to the first base umpire that is shifted in between second and first base. Called ball 1-0 to Brooker. Randy Nieder, Rick Merb, and Eddie Deemer, the umpiring crew this evening. It's the 1-0 fouled off. One ground ball left side. Cheadle falls down, throwing to first from his knees is in time. What a play by Gage Cheadle. 2 down here in the 7th.
First baseman, number 44, Cole Hansel.
Tying run at third base with 2 outs for Waterford. The first baseman, Cole Ansel. He's 0 for 2. Hansel did not reach in yesterday's game either. First pitch swung through, it's 0-1. Pfeiffer just misses. It's 1-1 to Hansel. One fouled away. The Wildcats down to their final strike. Tying run at third base, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning in this Division 6 district final. As Baxter gets the signal from Coach Free. From the stretch, Pfeiffer the 1-2. Chopper left side, foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Cole Hansel. Pfeiffer comes home. Swing and a miss! The Southeastern Panthers are district champions. 7 innings of 2-hit, 1 run, 7 strikeout baseball for Joey Pfeiffer. And a 2-1 district final win for the Southeastern Panthers over Waterford. Without a doubt, the best 2 games of all district tournament baseball this week here at the VA. Seen a handful of divisions get after it, with Division 5 district semifinal action Tuesday and Wednesday, followed up by a couple of Division 6 district semis early yesterday, Division 6 and 7 final, and then another Division 7 and 6 final here today, both instant classic 1-run ball games. Each respectfully went all the way down to the wire.
Well, you had a pitcher's go here, Dewey. You had Pfeiffer on 1 end, 93 pitches with 63 strikes, 7 innings, 2-hit ball, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts with only 1 walk, And you had Heiss at 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. I mean, both pitchers played unbelievable. Both teams played really well. Really good game to watch.
So the Southeastern Panthers are moving on to the regional tournament. So they have a date with the Eastern Eagles, who took down Huntington yesterday in their Division 6 district final. Should be an outstanding matchup next Wednesday, June 4th, 6 p.m. Next Wednesday, June 4th, 6 p.m. in Lancaster at Beavers Field, an outstanding venue. We'll go to break. Championship ceremony on the other side. You've been watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Glow Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glow Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glow Fiber is here. Welcome to Glow Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiber.com to switch today.
Gentlemen, when your name is called, please step forward to be recognized. First, for the 2000.
Back here in Chillicothe, Chad Jenkins and the Southeast District Athletic Board awarding Waterford with their district runner-up trophy and medals.
Number 33, Weston Hennis.
2-1 final here in Chillicothe. Southeastern headed to the regional tournament next week. We'll quickly go through the box score for both teams, give some final thoughts, and then round out the championship ceremony here in Chillicothe. Offensively for Waterford, Hayden Jones goes 1 for 3. Braun Doak also 1 for 3, drove in a run in the 7th inning. Xavier Heiss reached on air, did come around to score as Waterford's lone run. Heiss also had an outstanding day on the mound, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Just the run support wasn't quite as prominent as it was yesterday against Eastern Brown for the Wildcats. For Southeastern offensively, Gage Cheadle, he goes 1 for 4. Had that double in the in the 5th inning. He came around to score. Colton Baxter goes 1 for 4 with a first inning single. Joey Pfeiffer 1 for 2. Had that leadoff double in the 4th inning. He came around to score. As Carson McWhorter went 1 for 2 with an RBI single a pitch later. Then Joey Pfeiffer on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts for the senior. Outstanding day of baseball here at the VA.
Really was. A really good game to watch here. Both teams should be very proud. Really good pitch well games. I mean, what else could you ask for? Your district final is a 2-1 game. Right down to the wire.
And if you didn't get a chance to catch the White Oak.
Number 11, Wade.
Who did White Oak play? I'm drawing a complete blank right now. White Oak and Green. It was White Oak and Green.
Yes.
Number 9.
We've had a lot of different,
Ron.
a fair share of Green teams here. Obviously, Huntington, Waterford, Green. I feel like Green really didn't have any choice when deciding their school colors. It was really about one option for them. But the Bobcats, a walk-off win in 8 innings over White Oak to advance to their regional tournament in Division 7. Just a couple of outstanding high school baseball games to round out the district tournament here at the VA. Now, high school tournament baseball not completely done here in Chillicothe as the Division 3 regional tournament comes here this week.
Now for head coach Chris Schmidt and his
Thursday
staff.
night, I should say Thursday evening, 2 and 5, a couple of D3 regional semifinals with the final the following night on Friday. I believe at 5 p.m. is when that one is scheduled. Haven't quite looked at all the teams advancing to the regional tournament. I know Circleville will be taking on Dover in one of the semifinals. Dover, one of the hotter teams in the state right now.
Now with the captains for the Wildcats. Please come forward.
I believe Circleville beat Jackson to get here. Is that correct? With a really good Jackson team every year with McGraw down there. But, I mean, you couldn't ask for two better games here today. I mean, pitched really well both games and two close ball games. I mean, that's what you want in district final.
On an outstanding season.
It's Athletic Director Chris Skaggs onto the field to award the Southeastern Panthers with their district title championship and medals.
The Southeastern Panthers.
Oh, Brian, hey, I appreciate you
Number 15, Grady.
coming out here today to broadcast this last game. An outstanding game to be a part of.
Yeah, it really was, and I appreciate you having me. Obviously, it's hard to follow you and Shane Combs, obviously, but you guys do such a great job with Sosa, and just thank you guys so much for having me.
I believe it's been a little while since we hooked up. Obviously, when I first started, we did a lot of the Huntington basketball stuff. I think that was about 4 years ago now, and then I know we've done a couple games with Sosa as well.
Well, we did. We did some football games. We did one in Valley and some different things. I really enjoyed it. And again, it's easy to follow you and help with you. So you just do such a great job of play-by-play, and it makes it easy. Just throw a couple stats at you here and there, but I enjoy it. Enjoy being up here, and thank you guys so much.
All right, we will leave the broadcast rolling for the remainder of the trophy presentation, but for us up in the booth, that'll wrap it up for our coverage of Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball. Southeastern 2-1 victors over Waterford, moving on to the regional tournament next week, where they have a date with the Eastern Eagles at Beavers Field next Wednesday, June 4th, 6 p.m. For Brian Smith, I'm Dewey Daly saying so long from VA Memorial Stadium. You've been watching Ohio High School District Tournament Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Number 7, Braden Burns. Number 5, Cole Baxter. Number 4, Gage Cheadle. Number 1, Lane Williams. And number 3, Joey Pfeiffer. Dale McCorder. The Panthers head coach Ron Free and his staff.
They pitch it well.
And now, with the captains for the Panthers, please come forward for the presentation of your team trophy. Congratulations to the Panthers, who will now advance the regional semifinal to be played at Beavers Field in Lancaster on June 4th at 6 p.m. when they take on Eastern Reedsville. Thank you to the BA Memorial Stadium and to Chad Jenkins for serving as a host for this district championship, and thank you for your attendance and support of Ohio high school student athletes. We ask that you please help with any trash as you exit the property. Also, be aware of the 20-mile-per-hour speed limit while driving on the VA Hospital campus as you exit. Please drive home safely and have a great rest of your evening.